All right, we're live. Come on in, folks. Breaking news, breaking news. Welcome back. We got a situation here in Washington, D.C. Looks like we have some sort of shooting that happened. Massive crime scene set up. So we're going to see what's up, what's going on. If you didn't get redirected, I apologize for that. We were watching the last press conference, and we're all supposed to come over together here. And we're here back again. Another shooting, Washington, D.C. It's interesting in Washington, D.C. And here we are. So, folks, we got a crime scene. They're saying an officer involved shooting, police shooting, shots fired. All right, here we are, folks. I believe we could get a press conference here, something, what's going on. But yeah, we have a crime scene. Foxhall and Reservoir Northwest near Georgetown University Hospital. Now, Washington, D.C. Always piques my interest here with the craziness. So here we are, another shooting, another night, more craziness. We'll try to find out what happened here. One person in critical condition after an officer-involved shooting in Washington, D.C. Shooting took place at the 4400 block of Reservoir Road Northwest. Road closures are in place along Reservoir Road between Foxhall Road and Hoban Road. Secret Service is there. All right, we are live. Come on in. We'll see. We get some information about this shooting that occurred. I saw Fox in Washington was doing a report, something about this. So there has been a series of shootings in Washington, D.C., a lot after the National Guard left. And you know the National Guard was there. Well, once they left, I'm noticing an uptick of these shootings again in the Washington, D.C. area. So this is right near the French and German embassies. A person was shot by police by the French and German embassies. So this is up by the embassies. Interesting. And Secret Service is there too. So this is right by the German embassy. So it's real close to the German embassy. I wonder what's up here. Wonder what this is about. Secret Service is also there. So is this has something like? I wonder what this is going on here. This is by the French and German embassy. I'm wondering if it's something more to it than just a traditional shooting, where somebody out there acting like targeting one of the embassies. It's a very odd location, Peggy. It's by like Embassy Row. I don't know if you've ever been to Washington, D.C., but if you get up going up towards the where the vice president lives, there's rows and rows of embassies up there. So this is just an odd. Oh, they've got the podium. It looks like maybe possibly a press conference coming. But yeah, this is right by the embassies. I mean, Wisconsin Avenue is where all the embassies are. It goes all the way up to the Washington National Cathedral. like a block away from the German embassy. How far is the French embassy? Let me see.
That way it's even ground, and then we can all line up along the tape. What do you think? Like, yeah, and then we can line up over there. Yeah, I think that makes
No, this is literally like next to the French embassy. So I think there could be something more to this. Possibly, I don't know. But Secret Service is there too. Yeah, some people are like, I wonder if this is an assassination attempt. So it's about 2 blocks away from the German embassy and about less than a block away from the French. It's really closer to the French embassy than the German embassy. So if there's any embassy connection to this, it would be probably towards the French embassy. It's literally right there. It's next to the French embassy. You go right. It's on Reservoir Road, and no, there's something up. There's something up on this one. There's something up here. There's something. This is not just a shooting. I think there's something up. Just you could tell by the massive police response here. But we'll see. We'll see. I mean, they got media out there setting up. They don't just do this just for, but I mean, it's a police officer shooting. Officer involved shooting. Here might be our press conference. Pamela Smith. Is Chief Pamela Smith going to be there? Secret Service is also on the scene.
I can take a good guess. Let me know when.
Or it could just be a regular shooting in front of, out there right by the embassies. We'll see. Hey, switch volume.
All right, everybody ready for a mic check? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Mic check.
Can you hear me now? Okay, good. Okay, you can hear me? Check 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. You can't hear me, but you can hear me?
I can hear you. It's just a little loud.
It's a little loud.
You're talking to me.
Check 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Gotcha.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
All right, I'm going to listen to this other report here and see if we know what happened here.
Check 1, 2, 3. 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3. 3, 2, 1.
One more time.
Check 1, 2, 3. 3, 2, 1. You're good? Okay.
We'll see what this is about.
Hey, Chris, yeah, I got you. So let me kind of lay it all out pretty hard. Let's stay at the intersection of Reservoir, Foxhall, Road. If you look over here to my left, you can see there's a podium set up. There's a lot of people. So basically, any minute now, we're waiting to hear from police. Yeah, you guys are going to so they ask the questions. The answer is all of it.
It's so weird to see the moments. Down and working.
So Secret Service are there. Secret Service is there.
Very active still as soon as we get
It's on the road right by the German and French embassy. Secret Service is at the scene.
You good, Lizzie? I'm gonna let him know we're ready. I texted him. I'll make sure he knows it. I'm gonna let Tom know we're all set up.
DC police are investigating a gunfire incident on Reservoir Road. No details have been released. Secret Service is at the scene, along with Metropolitan Police, DC. Metropolitan Police. DC Police. So we'll find out what this is, what exactly happened here. Maybe somebody out there with a gun got shot by police. Somebody got shot, but why? What's going on here? By the embassies. These DC shootings always crazy.
Complete transparency. It's still going to be a little bit.
What's he saying? I never get how police process crime scenes at dark, when it's darkened. My crazy cats, always good to see you too. Thank you. My crazy cats. Yeah, we were talking about the last mass shooting at Willie's Bar, and we cut that short to monitor what's happening here. This is one shooting after another. Never stops. One shooting after another. Just never stops. Very busy tonight on a Friday night. Might be a burglary case or something A simplified safe home security alarm brought police to the location.
Yeah.
There was a report of a burglary in progress. So it looks like a home on the 4400 block of Reservoir. They're expensive homes. So it looks like it's some sort of burglary. Some sort of burglary, and police confront a burglar inside a home. That's scary. And shoot a burglar inside a home.
It's actually better than that. You want to look at, I think you're right. I think you might actually be right because I want to save on
So there's some really nice homes around there on the 4400 block of Reservoir Road. It appears police thwarted a burglary and they shot a burglar in someone else's home. Pretty crazy. So I don't believe it. At this time, it's centered around an embassy.
I think that's how this happened.
They're saying suspect was armed inside a home. So why is the Secret Service there? That's what it appears. They shot somebody inside of someone else's home. Crazy. Near Georgetown. It is Georgetown. It's about a mile from Georgetown University, near Georgetown University. Like on the north side of Georgetown, this literally happened, like right by Georgetown. The front entrance of Georgetown's on Canal Road, really. This is on the north side, Reservoir Road, on the north side of the university. So it's probably less than a quarter mile from the north side of Georgetown University. So again, for people who are coming into the chat, so seems like police caught a burglar inside a home. And there had been some sort of altercation or interaction inside this home, and police shot a suspect. MPD, Metro Police Department, along with federal partners, continue to process the scene. A large police presence is expected as detectives gather evidence and review security footage. More craziness. People breaking in people's homes in D.C. I think it's about time to bring the National Guard back, personally. I think they left too soon. They should have just got it authorized by Congress past the 30 days. They bounced after 30 days, really. But I think the National Guard should be back there because even after they bounced, look what just happened on Halloween, around Halloween with the Navy Yard and that chaos there. There was some national, they got small pockets of National Guard, but the actual presence there is gone. Trump administration said it was a success, and it very well could have been a success. But once the National Guard leads, crime keeps going back up. Crime, there's been shootings, lots of shootings in Washington, D.C. in the last few weeks. Maybe it's time to bring them back, right? There's a report that just came out by the Washington Post. Federal agent shoots at car during D.C. police chase. We're going to get a press conference here. That's what they're waiting for. I don't know if it's Pamela Smith or who. Two days ago, Southeast D.C., a teenager was shot and killed a block away from the D.C. Armory. All right, here's some other information. There was a shooting 2 days ago, and there was also another young 20-year-old shot and killed. So in the last couple of days, there was a teenager shot and killed in Washington, D.C., and a 20-year-old shot and killed. They also have a problem with the juveniles and youth there taking over that Navy Yard. So the one with the teenager shot and killed just 2 days ago, it happened 1 block from the D.C. Armory. And he was shot and killed over his jacket. So it's still rocking and rolling in D.C. It's not a safe place to be once you go out there. And it might be safe down there, where all the buildings are by the White House, going down Pennsylvania Avenue towards the Capitol, all that area might be better. Once you get out in those neighborhoods or down by the Navy Yard, there's still major problems. I would not go and walk around here at night alone. No way. Crazy shooters out there. Friday night shooting. Felony Friday, folks. It is Felony Friday on JLR Investigates. People out there still committing felonies. Felony Friday. Here we are. I'm also monitoring all the other craziness out there.
Thank you.
So when they're about to give the press conference, usually they'll walk in a big group up to the podium. We'll see what's up. Stay safe. Exactly. Might get interesting here in the next couple days in Charlotte, North Carolina. Border Patrol, Greg Bavino, that whole crew is on its way to Charlotte and New Orleans. Might be a road trip for us. Might be a road trip. Might go out there, boots on the ground here soon, folks. I'm itching for boots on the ground. Bavino and Border Patrol. They're going to be in Charlotte sometime either this weekend or early next week for major operations. They said major operations, followed by New Orleans. And they're not happy right now. Some city officials in Charlotte, they had a press conference today. We'll review all that tomorrow. We'll do a live tomorrow about what's pending in Charlotte. We were going to go today, but we'll go tomorrow on that, on Charlotte. Now, I'm itching to go. I'm itching to go to see what's up. I also was informed by some great friends that were covering the stuff in Chicago. It's very hard to catch those live raids because they move very, very quickly. And it's just a matter of minutes when they swoop their target up and stuff like that. So you got to literally be chasing them around all day. So it's a tough task. It's a tough task. But you know what? We like to put ourselves we're actually blessed enough to be at the right place at the right time when it comes to situations. We're pretty good at that. We're pretty good at being right at the right place. So I kind of get the gist of what's going on and how they do their operations, and I want to share with all of you in real time. But I am itching for boots on the ground. Just get out the house anyway. This command center gets kind of, I don't know, switch the game up. Maybe we'll do Charlotte. Maybe we'll do New Orleans. Maybe we'll do both. Now, why are they going to New Orleans? What's happening in New Orleans that we don't know now? We know there's a lot of crime in New Orleans, but what is Border Patrol? What's Border Patrol want to do in New Orleans? What do we got? In Mecklenburg County, Charlotte, that area is about 60,000 illegals, migrants, undocumented immigrants, whatever you want to call them. They say there's quite a few there. It's the most in the state in that general area. But there are also a lot of Tren de Aragua. Now, Governor Stein, he actually said if Border Patrol was strictly going there to wrap up, round up the criminals, the bad ones, the worst, he has no problem with that. And he said he don't think officials will. But then the governor said, well, if Border Patrol starts targeting elderly people and business owners and all that, then they got a problem. So we'll see. I'm getting some mixed, like it's definitely more ease than it would be in Chicago. Obviously, we saw the resistance in Chicago. But I'm curious to see how this all works in real time so we can share the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So I'll be monitoring Charlotte for the weekend, see if they actually go there. They said they could be there as early as tomorrow, Border Patrol. Greg Bovino, Border Patrol, but it's probably most likely sometime early next week, maybe like Monday or Tuesday. I'm down for boots on the ground. We go on a road trip. We could drive around Charlotte. We could take a tour downtown Charlotte. We could go see the ICE center there. We could go see the Homeland Security. It's like in a corporate center. It's in southwest Charlotte, and we can go around and try to follow the raids. Morning raids. Get your coffee. Might be up bright and early on those ones. They like to do those morning raids, 6 a.m. Willie's had booze on the ground. Yeah, Willie. Oh, Willie was at that press conference, man. Willie was trying to go at it with the sheriff. I guess why didn't Willie just take it up with the sheriff on the side? But it seems like the sheriff's trying to shut Willie down. Willie's ain't opening back up. Nope. Willie's bar is done. Rest in peace. It's not coming back. Willie's mad. Well, Willie lost the security guard. We listened to Willie. Willie, I mean, he had tears and everything like that, but we said he's not opening. They're not going to allow that to open back up. Nope. Willie's bar, where there was about 400 complaints there. All right, so Great Magnolia informs me that these homes in this area are very expensive in the Georgetown area. Oh, yeah, she just sent me a map. Basically, they're $2 million homes. Where this guy was breaking in, I'm assuming it's a guy. There's $2 million homes in this area. They're $2 million homes. So it's like, they're not cheap homes. So probably people got, well, you know, some of the homes there are more expensive than they really are. You know what I mean? You know who else lived in this area at one point? Dr. Fauci. I remember. Dr. Fauci lived in this exact same neighborhood at one point. So I think there's probably a lot of, you know, politicians, dignitaries, rental homes of people, but these are $2 to $3 million homes, $1.5 to $3 million homes, according to Zillow. Yeah, they're pricey. Do I think they're worth it? No. But in this area, real estate up there. So whoever this burglar is was targeting rich homes. Did the burglar not realize there was probably a security guard or security system that notified police or what? Do they not realize this? We'll wait and see what we get here. Yo, I saw another crazy case yesterday at Food Lion in North Carolina. Two people argued over a turkey, and another one shot someone in the Food Lion over a turkey. That is insane. Over a turkey. Who in the heck shoots somebody over a turkey? Our humanity is being lost right before our eyes. It's a cold world out there. But folks, a burglar could go in any one of your homes at any time. A burglar. These burglars, like Florida, these illegals were going in people's homes while they were there trying to rob them while they were sleeping. One of them got shot, but there's burglary rings. Literally just targeting homes, and they'll go in your home. Your home is, you think your home is your safe space, but I'm telling you, there's people out there who will violate that, not think. I mean, I don't know what they're thinking because some states have castle laws and whatnot. You'll be blasted right out the door. But other states, sometimes they favor the criminals and say, well, if someone's inside your house, but if their back is turned, you don't have a right to shoot them, and you could be charged with murder for shooting someone in your own home if their back is turned or they don't have a weapon on them. And that's crazy. I think anyone should be shot and can be shot legally if they're inside your home committing a crime for bad purposes like burglary. Absolutely. But folks, people, and these criminals, just because you have a security system, they know how to trip it. They know how to disable it. Here's a list, folks. In my opinion, this could be the best part of Washington, D.C. You see Reservoir Road there? This is where this burglary occurred. These are that's probably why all the police presence here. Because of just these rich homes. These are very expensive homes. It's like prime real estate. Probably very prominent people live in these homes. Probably why they're taking this thing very, very seriously here. Alarm systems work, but they can also be, there was all types of burglar rings that were just knowing how to disable those alarm systems. They know how to trip them up. You know what would probably work the best, though, to deter a criminal from breaking in your home? A gun. Have some signs. We are armed. Don't even think about it. And have them in English and Spanish. We are armed. Don't even think about it. And put these signs. I think the number one deterrent for a criminal is knowing that someone's armed. You ain't gonna break into someone's home if you know they're armed to a T. Dogs, though, if you got a dog that's like a security dog, they might be able to give you warning or whatever. But yeah, these criminals sometimes stalk people. Like they plot people, they find out their daily schedule, they put tracking. Like the sophisticated burglary rings. Now, I'm not saying that's what this is. There's no indication what type of, who this burglar is. But some of these burglars, man, they literally put tracking devices under your car for that moment, know when you're leaving. And then once they know you're gone, they're monitoring where your car's at, and then they gives them time to disable your system and go in. You come home, your stuff is gone, all your valuables, your jewelry, gone. And they target high-end homes. This could be a migrant burglary ring. I don't know. There was a big thing with a migrant burglary ring out there targeting athletes, prominent athletes. It was these South American burglary rings targeting a lot of these NFL players and basketball players and movie stars, actors in Los Angeles. Now, I'm not saying this is a migrant burglary ring, but whoever did this probably did this in the most expensive part of Washington, D.C., and it triggered the police to go there and shoot this suspect in someone else's home. But think about this, though. This is what's crazy. Who in their right mind would want to even go in someone else's home? You got to be crazy to go into some stranger's home at night. You got to be crazy. Whether you go through the window or go in, you got to be crazy to go into some stranger's home. That takes you must just be ice cold. It's crazy. Think about this. Would you go around and go just into a random person's home and just go in? Not knowing what's on the other side, not knowing what's in there. Crazy. Crazy. Nowadays, you know, I don't think it's wise to even step on anyone's property, to be honest. Thank you, OG. Thank you, OG. Cheap Charlie. Nice to see you again, as always. Thank you. Love the beard. Thank you. OG's in the house. Interactive 1178, if you're still here, says stay safe. Prayers up. You know, I just want to see what this was about. But maybe they won't give a press conference. I don't know. Usually they do, though. But I haven't seen Pamela Smith. I'm sure she's there. Yes, they also have policy themselves when it becomes officer-involved shootings. And we'll see what we get out of this. Police closed off the roadway between Foxhall Road and Hoban Road. It's probably where it was. Let me see how the values of the homes there in that area. Expensive. Yo, these homes on Foxhall Road and Reservoir, these things are expensive. Holy smokes, a lot of them have gates and everything. I'm just gonna give an example. Well, we already did, but these homes are in the 1.5 to 3 million range. What happened here? Yeah, these homes are expensive. Yo, I wonder how much their property taxes are. Dude, when you get a property taxes like this in Washington, D.C., holy smokes, probably like 20K. 20K a year. Many of them might be historical registered homes. I mean, these homes are like straight. Let me see where that wall is. Okay, I see the wall. Yeah, so this is the wall corner. This is 4499 Reservoir Road and Foxhall Road. So it appears, the way I'm seeing this, because of this wall that goes up Foxhall, I think this crime scene yeah, these homes are nice. All the general area, just nice homes. I'll give you an idea. Years built. They've been around for a minute. $1920s type homes in here. $1.5 million. They go up like, some of them are gated and other ones go up like stairs, like brick steps up. They're really, really, really nice. They're not that big though. Yeah, we're waiting for an update if we even get one. I think the police will speak about this. I just want to know who's breaking in homes. Yeah, I'm still thinking about Willie's bar. Willie confronted the sheriff. They were a little like, Willie was there peppering the sheriff with questions. And the sheriff's like, basically is like, yo, you ain't coming. You ain't getting your establishment back, and put him on blast. And Willie's trying to pepper it with the questions. But why didn't Willie know these answers already? Didn't he have a communication with the sheriff already? I mean, the Washington Beacon said it was a burglary, so I trust their reporting. Burglars. U.S. Attorney's Office just put out an alert saying 7 charged in a multi-state burglary ring targeting Asian business owners. And it's a Colombia, South America gang that has been robbing Asians. In the Eugene, Oregon area. They busted a multi-state burglary ring from a South American migrant gang from Colombia. That's the same ones that were the Colombians, or I think they're from Colombia or Peru that were doing the Asian burglary rings in Florida. They also tried to do that, the hurricane stuff that happened in Pinellas County. These migrant burglary gangs tried to break into people's homes that were affected from the hurricane because they knew the homeowners weren't there because they all evacuated. These burglary rings are getting very out of hand. And it's really on these individuals that are coming in through these different visas and stuff. They're not necessarily illegals that cross in through the southern border. They're coming in on expired or they're coming on visas, and then when they expire, they just stay. And they've been committing burglaries all across the Midwest, all around the country. Migrant burglary rings. South American gang members. It's still going on. New York Times article today. Burglary rings around the U.S. have been targeting Asian business owners, many of them immigrants. What police say are highly organized and sophisticated operations. ICE last week arrested a bunch of them in Texas. They're believed to be members of the South American Theft Group, SATG, an organized network of foreign nationals primarily from South America who travel across the United States targeting wealthy homes and businesses by committing burglaries and thefts. The members use encrypted messaging apps, burner phones, and pre-surveillance of neighborhoods to identify and target victims. And then they go in there and they steal high-value jewelry, luxury watches, and cash. Now, this probably is not the same, but I'm just showing you that there's problems with burglary rings around the country. Targeting the rich. Asians. Targeting Asian business owners. Welcome aboard, folks. JLR Investigates. We're going to see what happens here. You know, they got the podium there. They were doing mic check, mic check. Mic check, mic check. Burglars shot. A burglar. Could have been others too. Don't forget. It's because one got shot. Other ones could have got away. Could be more than involved. Could be organized. Could be one of these situations where they've been targeting Georgetown. Let me look at some reports and find out if Georgetown has been a target lately. Georgetown burglary. August of this year, teen charged with over 20 Georgetown vehicle burglaries. Yeah, so there might be more to this. These crazy criminals, man. Yeah, this is one of the richest part of Washington, D.C., this area. All right, we got some movement. Maybe we get this press conference once and for all. Crazies.
Thank you very much. You two take care, okay? Yeah.
But they also got Secret Service there. Unless Secret Service is kind of taking the role as National Guard and joining Metropolitan Police Department in law enforcement in the DC area. Hey, William Kaufman. What's going on here with this laughing? Thank you, William Kaufman. What's all that about?
Less than 5.
Less than 5 minutes.
Yeah, about 5 minutes will be coming up.
5 minutes, folks. 5 minutes press conference. I'm going to get some coffee. I'll be right back. We got 5 minutes. Stand by. We're back. Got a couple minutes and we get our press conference update. I'm curious to know what this is about. What could this be about? We shall see. I'm sure there'll be more craziness.
Imminent, but yes, a minute. You ready?
Hey, Tom.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, let's add that.
You said 2? No, put it.
Okay.
Clip like that and then roll up. That's much better, didn't it? I think so. Right? Hey, what do you need? Hey, one, go ahead. Close. We made an attempt. Thank you.
All right, here comes the group. Here they come.
Yeah.
You guys all good to go?
Everybody ready?
Ready, Chief.
All right. Good evening. I am Executive Assistant Chief Andre Wright of the Metropolitan Police Department. We are here to provide an update on an officer-involved shooting that occurred in 4400 block of Reservoir Road, Northwest. I am joined by Assistant Chief Jeff Kopp, Assistant Chief Ramey Kyle, Captain George Donegan. I want to start off by saying any loss of life in our community is tragic, and my condolences to the family of the individual who lost their life today. This information is very preliminary and subject to change. At approximately 6:47 p.m., 2nd District officers responded to the 4400 block of Reservoir Road for a call for a residential alarm. The responding officers were aware that the individual inside of the residence who triggered the alarm was subject of a civil protection order and should not be inside of the residence. Officers arrived on the scene and observed the suspect inside of the home. For over 20 minutes, officers worked to make contact with the subject, repeatedly ordering him to exit the home. A short time later, officers were able to gain entry to the home through an unlocked door. Officers cleared the home and repeatedly gave loud verbal commands for the subject to show himself. As officers cleared the upstairs of the home, the suspect suddenly lunged at the officers with a knife and a screwdriver in both hands. At that time, the officers discharged his firearm, striking the suspect. Officers immediately called for DC Fire and EMS to respond to the scene. Officers also gave life-saving measures, which unfortunately the suspect was pronounced and deceased. No officers were injured at this incident. The knife and the screwdriver have been recovered on the scene. The preliminary investigation revealed over the course of the last 2 months that there were several incidents between the suspect and the resident. The resident applied for and was granted a civil protection order on October the 30th. The suspect was arrested at this location yesterday for violating this very same civil protection order. As per our protocol, agents from the Internal Affairs Division are on the scene conducting an investigation in conjunction with detectives from our Investigative Services Bureau. The case will be independently reviewed by the United States Attorney's Office. The involved officers have been placed on administrative leave per our departmental protocol. I want to thank our officers for their professionalism. This is yet another reminder of the dangers that all of our officers face protecting the residents and the visitors of the District of Columbia. I will now take questions relative to this event.
Can you just one more time describe the relation between the victim and the suspect? You mentioned that this had been going on for 2 months. Just talk about that a little bit and in the order that the resident applied for.
So apparently, they were co-residents, tenants of the residence, and at some point in time, the decedent started to attack, make assaults, and threaten the resident. And so as a result, the resident went to get a civil protection order. The decedent in this case came back to this resident yesterday and violated that civil protection order, upon which he was arrested. And so when we get the call today for the alarm, officers already are aware of the situation. When we get here, it is in fact the decedent. And as I said, we tried to negotiate the decedent surrender. Unfortunately, it ended in this manner.
Was the co-tenant inside tonight when this happened?
He was not.
Or the suspect was alone in the home?
Yes, ma'am.
For the whole time?
Yes, ma'am.
And so if the suspect was arrested yesterday, did he need bail? How was he out?
I'm not clear on the status of how he was able to get out today, but these are generally charges, unless they're very, very, very violent. People are able to get out on their own personal recognizance with specified conditions, but I'm not clear as to what they are.
Do you aware any dispute between those two that led to the concussion order?
Yeah, as I said, there was a spate of at least 30 days where there were threats made by the subject. The subject assaulted them and threatened to use a dangerous weapon against the tenant. And so all of this led up to the tenant finally going to get a civil protection order to protect himself.
When the officers were inside of the house, I think you may have mentioned that they did identify themselves.
They did.
The suspect was on the second floor. Did you know that the suspect was on the second floor when you guys?
No, we didn't. So the officers had to be very, very professional, very detailed as they started to clear the house. But they also gave loud verbal commands. There was no mistake that these were police officers, A, when we arrived, and B, when we entered the home. And so that's part of our training, to make sure that we're giving loud verbal commands and trying to de-escalate this situation. Unfortunately, as the officers negotiated the second floor, the subject lunged at him with two weapons in their hand, leaving the officers, and this happened in close proximity. I mean, within feet of each other, leaving the officer no option other than to defend himself by using his fire. I have no evidence to suggest that at this time, but what I can say is it's clearly that the decedent's actions were erratic and illogical.
We'll take one more.
All right. Thank you, everybody.
Well, that changed the whole situation. The reports were there was a burglary and ended up being a domestic situation. It appears also it could be two men. Another thing is, too, notice he was sending condolences to the person they killed. Sending condolences to the criminal. How often have we seen that in some of these cities? Send condolences to the criminal. Wow. Someone tagged JLR on X and said there was a cop shot in Vivian, Louisiana. This appears to be too. Let me look at the cops. Vivian, Louisiana. Might have to go to another crime scene. Stand by. We'll look into this as long as this is up. Maybe their fee goes away. November 14th, Vivian officer injured in a barricade hostage situation on North Pine Street. Person barricaded inside home as multiple agencies respond. Vivian. We have a situation that appears to be unfolding right now in Vivian, Louisiana. Let me see if I can find anything on this before we sign off. Vivian. Right when we were finishing up one craziness, we go to the next craziness. This whole situation, they reported out, burglary, and our thoughts go wild about every scenario about burglary. We had a conversation about burglary. I mean, at least we could have a conversation about it. And it ended up being someone that used to live there, but then a restraining order was filed. So one person has to leave in the course of that. Person came back. Crazy. We all know what Sheriff Grady Judd would have to say about that. Not in Florida, baby. Stay off our lawn. 89 Wildlife says. Did you ever hear Sheriff Wayne Ivey talk about if you try to break in someone's home, you'll be leaving in a body bag? I mean, they say that. I love Florida. There's nothing better than a Florida sheriff. If you're pro law enforcement, there's nothing better than a Florida sheriff. Grady Judd, Wayne Ivey, Mike Chitwood. Those are some of my all-time favorites when they have these press conferences, because they're like, yo, don't come to our county. Don't, Mike Chitwood's talking about all these, like, he always talks about all the kids that are making bomb threats and stuff to schools. He says, you little knuckleheads, I'm going to hold your parents accountable. You parents, I'm going to hold you accountable. You're little knucklehead kids. It's not a funny, it's not a game, and not a joke. Grady Judd's not playing. Grady Judd is the best press conference presentator, right? Presentation, the theatrics, the holding up the mug shots, the way Grady Judd tells the story. You can't get better than that. Grady Judd press conferences are worth watching. One of the few, Polk County, right near me, Polk County. Folks, that's all we got on this particular case. I was looking to see if we could find anything on this Louisiana situation. There is a situation in Louisiana right now. It's a hostage barricaded situation. Vivian, Cato Parish, responds to an incident. And they got all the streets blocked off and everything like that. Yeah, it's pretty bad here. Officer shot, suspect barricaded inside a home. Let me just see if we can get anything on this. But I don't see anything else. So if something comes out, we'll come back. We'll come back. All right, it's been real. At least we got to spend time together, all of us, and be safe out there. Lock your doors. And, man, if you are a victim of domestic violence, take the appropriate measures, restraining orders, protection orders. Do what you got to do to protect yourself and stay safe. We say no to domestic violence. All right, folks, we cover true crime 24/7, 365. See you later. I'm sure we'll be back. We'll definitely be back sometime tomorrow, but I'm sure we'll be back tonight. Hope not. Stay safe. Investigate. Have a good day.